They were too young to understand what love really costs. But they paid for it anyway. Not with money, not with blood, but with time, and with a future they never got to live together. This isn't a story about betrayal. There was no cheating, no lies whispered behind backs, no dramatic villain standing between them. This is a story about two people who loved each other deeply, honestly, and still lost. Because sometimes love doesn't fail. Life just arrives too early. They met in the most ordinary way possible. Same neighborhood, same dusty road that everyone walked on without thinking twice. Same quiet evenings where nothing special ever seemed to happen. He was still trying to understand who he was, what he wanted, what kind of man he hoped to become. She, on the other hand, already believed in his future. Not because he had money or status, but because she saw something in him that even he couldn't fully see yet. Their first conversations were awkward. Small talk, random laughter, long pauses that didn't feel uncomfortable. And somehow, without any big moment announcing it, they started choosing each other. They talked every day about school, about stress, about dreams that sounded too big for where they were coming from. And every time life felt heavy, being together made it lighter. Love felt simple then. It didn't ask for proof. It didn't demand results. It only needed presence. They would sit together and imagine a future like it was guaranteed, where they would live, what kind of life they would build, how they would struggle together and still win. They spoke about forever like time was on their side. Back then, love felt easy, because nothing was expected from them yet. But life doesn't stay patient forever. Slowly, reality began to knock. Not loudly, not all at once, just enough to be noticed. Her family started asking questions. Important questions. Questions that love alone couldn't answer. What does he do? What is his plan? How will he provide? How will he protect her future? He had dreams, yes. Ambition, definitely. But dreams don't pay bills. And ambition doesn't calm worried parents. One evening, her father looked at him quietly and said words that would change everything. Come back when you are ready. Ready didn't mean emotionally. Ready meant financially. Ready meant stable. Ready meant proven. In that moment, love was no longer enough on its own. It needed permission. It tried to stay strong. They told each other it was temporary, that this was just a phase, that love would survive it. But pressure has a way of changing people. He felt small every time he couldn't measure up. She felt torn between loyalty to her family and loyalty to her heart. And slowly, without anyone saying it out loud, love became something they had to defend. Eventually, he left. Not because he wanted to abandon her, but because he wanted to become the man everyone said he needed to be. She stayed behind, waiting, believing, holding on to promises that now had deadlines. At first, the calls were long, full of reassurance, full of hope, full of one day. Then life got louder. Calls became shorter. Messages took longer to reply. Not because the love was gone, but because exhaustion replaced excitement. He was fighting to build something from nothing. She was fighting loneliness while pretending to be strong. Both of them were tired. Both of them were hurting. Both of them were missing each other in silence. Arguments started appearing where understanding used to be. Small misunderstandings grew heavier. Not because they stopped caring, but because they were carrying too much alone. And one day, without planning it, they stopped fighting for the same future. There was no dramatic breakup, no shouting, no slam doors, no final speech. Just a quiet conversation where both of them realized the truth at the same time. Love was still there, but energy was gone. Hope was thinner, and waiting had become painful. They wished each other well, and they meant it. Sometimes the hardest goodbyes aren't loud. They're calm, logical, and permanent. Time passed. Life moved on the way it always does. New responsibilities, new people, new versions of themselves. Years later, they met again by accident. Not planned, not expected. They stood in front of each other as strangers with shared memories. Different faces now, different confidence, different lives. They talked politely, smiled carefully, laughed at old jokes that still remembered them. The love was still there, but it was quiet now, mature, untouchable. They both knew something important in that moment. What they once had was real, but it belonged to a younger version.